Shastri reveals conversation with Virat Kohli ahead of shock retirement.
In the ICC review, former India head coach Ravi Shastri opened up on his conversation with the star batter before his Test retirement.
Former India head coach Ravi Shastri has revealed he spoke to Virat Kohli ahead of the latter's shock Test retirement.
Kohli called curtains on his Test career on Monday, May 12, despite India's 5-Test tour of England in June fast approaching. Kohli finishes as one of the finest Test batters of his generation, with 9,230 runs in the format, the fourth best by an Indian batter, and 30 Test centuries. Kohli and Shastri formed one of the most successful captain-coach duos in Indian Test cricket history, and the latter has now confirmed reports that the star batter reached out to him ahead of announcing his decision to the world. "I did speak to him about it, I think a week before that, his announcement. And his mind was very clear that he'd given us everything," Shastri told Sanjana Ganesan in the ICC review. "There were no regrets. There were one or two questions I asked, and that's a personal conversation which, he mentioned very clearly. There were no doubts in his mind, which made me think, yes, the time is right. The mind has told his body that it's time to go." Kohli is India's most successful Test skipper by a distance, with 40 wins from the 68 Tests he captained, 13 ahead of the second-best MS Dhoni. As a player, Kohli is known for his intense, heart-on-sleeve approach to the game, and Shastri believes such an approach came with a limit. If he decided to do something, then he gave his 100%, which is not easy to match, Shastri said.
Individually, as a bowler, as a batsman.
A player does his job, and then you sit back. But, with Kohli, when the team goes out, it's as if he has to take all the wickets, he has to take all the catches, he has to make all the decisions on the field. That much involvement, I would think there's going to be a burnout somewhere if he doesn't take a rest, if he doesn't compartmentalize how much he wants to play across formats, there is bound to be a burnout.
Shastri pointed out that the nature of Kohli's stardom, the constant eyeballs he attracted, would take a toll and contribute to that burnout. He's got accolades around the globe. He has a bigger following than any other cricketer in the last decade, Shastri said. Whether it's Australia, whether it's South Africa, he just got people to watch the game. There was a love-hate relationship. They would get angry because he had the ability to get under the skin of the viewer also. In the way he celebrated, his intensity was such that it was like a rash. It spread very quickly, not just within the dressing room, but within living rooms as well for people watching cricket. So he was an infectious personality. Shastri admitted he was surprised by Kohli's decision. "Virat surprised me because I thought he had at least 2-3 years of Test match cricket left in him," he said. "But then, when you're mentally fried and overcooked, that's what tells your body. You might be physically the fittest guy in the business. You might be fitter than half the guys in your team, but mentally you're well done, as they say, then it sends a message to the body. That's it." The Shastri-Kohli era saw some of India's most famous achievements in the Test arena, including a historic first-ever Test series win in Australia, back-to-back series wins in the West Indies, and breaking a 22-year drought for a series win in Sri Lanka. The team was also highly competitive in South Africa and England, matching the home nation's fire for fire in conditions that weren't traditionally suited for subcontinental teams. Shastri credited Kohli for a large part of that. "At times when you quit the game, and after a month or 2 months you say, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done this. Kohli, he's done everything. He's captained sides, he's won World Cups, he's won an Under-19 World Cup, 2008, himself. I mean, there's nothing for him to achieve.